Harry slightly overshadowed his brother's efforts this week by rocking up in Canada.
So there was an announcement earlier this week that Prince Harry was going to travel to Canada for a couple of days in support of the Canadian Armed Forces and their veteran community. We know that's something, Harry has done a lot of work in this sphere all around the world, so that's not unusual. However, the announcement came just as Prince William was stepping foot onto Sugarloaf Mountain for his first engagement in Rio during the Earthshot Prize. So there was some raised eyebrows about the timing of that, and or was it dropped out to try and overshadow his brother? We have asked Prince Harry's team why they chose that timing. They said that this has been something that's been in the works for about a year, and they had no choice basically over the timing of it, and that they did consult and give Buckingham Palace and Royal Communications a heads up in advance of putting out their operational notes about Harry's engagements.
But if they worked together a little bit better, those two brothers, then things like this may be less likely to happen. But that's a whole other story.
So I just played you that short clip from ITV's Talking Royals. And honestly, I almost dropped my tea. Because even they finally admitted what we've all known for years. Prince Harry completely overshadowed Prince William's big glossy Brazil tour. The irony? He didn't even try. He just showed up in Canada, doing what he does best. Meaningful, authentic, impactful work. And suddenly, all of William's camera-flashing photo ops looked like high-budget background noise. Now, according to ITV, Harry's trip to Canada was planned over a year ago. It wasn't some last-minute PR counterattack. It was about honoring veterans. Something he's done for more than a decade, from founding the Invictus Games to visiting wounded servicemen around the world. But of course, the British media couldn't resist spinning it into yet another royal drama. They were practically shaking in their newsroom boots, claiming Harry overshadowed his brother's Earthshot campaign, as if supporting soldiers and saving the planet can't coexist in the same week. Let's be honest, the overshadowing panic says more about William's fragile PR machine than it does about Harry. Because the second Harry breathes in public, the press scrambles to compare, compete, and complain. They act like he's some rogue comet disturbing the royal galaxy, when in reality, he's the only one in orbit who actually shines naturally. What's even funnier is that Harry's trip didn't even have the usual media circus. No massive press pack, no orchestrated photo ops, no palace-approved scripts. Just a handful of genuine moments. Harry shaking hands with veterans, laughing, listening, connecting. No flashbulbs needed. Meanwhile, across the equator, William was scaling mountains in Rio, with 20 photographers waiting for the perfect shot. And yet, the moment Harry appeared in Canada, bam! William's glossy PR tour evaporated from headlines like smoke in the wind, and the press knew it. You could hear the desperation in their voices. They started spinning theories asking, did Harry do this on purpose? And, was this to steal William's spotlight? Oh, please. The man was visiting veterans, not plotting global media domination. But because William's every move depends on tightly managed optics, the mere existence of Harry doing something genuine sends the palace press machine into meltdown mode. Then came that classic line from one ITV commentator. If only the brothers worked together, these things wouldn't happen. Translation. Please, Harry, come save William's PR again. They miss the old days when Harry's natural charisma made William look human by proximity, when Harry's laughter softened William's stiffness, when the royal brothers' narrative could sell magazines and keep reporters employed. But now, that formula's broken. Harry's thriving independently, and William's left trying to convince the world he's inspiring, with a marketing budget that could fund a small country. And that's where the jealousy shows. Because deep down, William knows he can't compete with authenticity. He can buy the cameras, hire the strategists, and rehearse every line, but he can't fake connection. And connection is Harry's power. Even royal reporters admitted that William's Earthshot engagement barely trended online. All those expensive photo ops on Sugarloaf Mountain, gone. Buried under videos of Harry chatting effortlessly with veterans in Canada. The contrast was painful to watch. While William was performing leadership, Harry was living it. And the double standards? Out of control. If Harry visits veterans, they call it attention-seeking. If William does the same thing a week later, it's royal duty. If Harry launches a project, it's a publicity stunt. If William copies it, it's noble service. You can practically feel the hypocrisy dripping off the headlines. But here's what the British media can't stand to admit. Harry doesn't need the institution to make him relevant. He's become his own institution of empathy, integrity, and independence. That's the real power they fear. Because when someone leaves your system and still shines brighter, it forces you to face an uncomfortable truth. Maybe the system was the problem all along. Meanwhile, William's team has reportedly been furious behind the scenes. They've been leaking little sob stories to friendly reporters, claiming Harry's timing was unfair or inconsiderate. But what they're really saying is, how dare Harry exist without us? It's almost comical, because Harry doesn't need to overshadow anyone. His authenticity naturally draws attention, while William's staged performances keep begging for it. And can we talk about that supposed Africa is mine story? When a mutual friend once suggested Harry and William collaborate on conservation, and William snapped, "The elephants are mine?" That one sentence sums up everything wrong with their dynamic. For Harry, purpose is service. For William, it's ownership. Harry wants to help. William wants to claim. That's why collaboration was never possible. Not because of timing, but because of ego. Now, let's fast forward to the public reaction. While William's Brazil tour was fading fast, social media was flooded with love for Harry. Canadians were posting heartfelt clips of meeting him, praising how approachable he was. Veterans shared how much his visit meant. One viral post joked, "Harry blinked in Canada, and William's Earthshot disappeared." Brutal, but true. Here's the truth. The royal press industry is addicted to Harry. They can't live without him. William doesn't move numbers, but Harry moves nations. Every royal headline that trends now has Harry's name in it, even when he's thousands of miles away. The monarchy has become background noise in his story, not the other way around. And that's why the press keeps floating the same tired narrative. Maybe they'll reunite, maybe they'll work together again. It's not about family healing, it's about saving headlines. Because without Harry, royal reporting is dry toast. No flavor, no spark, no audience. But Harry doesn't need to come back. He's built his own world, his own purpose, his own impact, free from palace control. That freedom terrifies them because it proves that the monarchy isn't a golden cage. It's just a cage. So when ITV says, "If only the brothers worked together," what they really mean is, if only Harry would make William interesting again. But that chapter's closed. Harry's too busy living his truth while the others keep scripting theirs. So yes, Harry overshadowed William. But not because he tried. Not because of strategy or timing. Because authenticity will always outshine PR. You can't choreograph compassion. You can't rehearse sincerity. You either have it or you don't. And that's the difference between a prince who performs and a man who serves. So when the tabloids scream about rivalry and timing wars, just remember, Harry didn't steal the spotlight. He earned it. And he earned it by being real. Meanwhile, the palace PR machine keeps trying to polish a crown that's already lost its shine. This is the story they can't rewrite. Because Harry doesn't need a throne to make an impact. His legacy walks with him, through every handshake, every veteran he honors, every person he touches with authenticity. And that, my friends, is what truly overshadows everything else.